Hey, all you cool busters and bustettes. It's showtime. I am Buster. I am Ghostbuster Joe or Beetle Joe. and,
I'm Ray.
and as always, we have our friend to the best, the Texas friend that doesn't say howdy. It's
me. Can you guys hear me?
yeah, here you let it go.
Okay, because I missed the mic check, but
Oh, God, we still love you, Val.
It's okay. We can do a
Oh,
live mic
thank
check.
you.
It's fine.
okay, great. Testing, 1, 2. Hello. All right.
What?
And then we'll go on to
And we have our friend on panel.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
Wait, welcome back, Jamie! Yay! All the nerds
Two
are
nerds to
back.
the podcast. Awesome
Yeah.
show. Check it out.
Yes, really check them out on Spotify. They got some awesome stuff, and they do some fun stuff. And again, so glad that we're connected with you, ladies. It's so fun because you guys have that energy like us. You bring that fun out of the
Yeah.
nerd world.
I put you guys in the intro because I love you.
Yes.
We love you too.
Yes. So today we are here to do a don't say the same 3 times. The Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
We're here to do the review of Beetlejuice, the movie that just came out. So before we start, Rain was just at a convention this weekend. So Rain, talk about your fun experience being at the convention. Go on.
Yeah, we have Rose City Comic Con over at here in Portland, and our Ghostbuster team has worked. The Comic Con had a booth there since 2012 when Rose City had their first Comic Con, so we've been there every single year. And yeah, we have a huge booth with our full ecto, and we have. It's almost like we're not quite as big as Ghostbuster Germany, but we're still pretty big. We have a full containment unit, and we had like targets for the kids and lots of props everywhere. It was really neat. With this year, we were working with Dark Horse Comics because they have a brand new Ghostbuster comic that was out recently, and they wanted to do a mini Ghostbuster parade from our booth around the actual convention floor to their booth where their writer was then going to sign comics and all that. So that was really fun. Then we found out that Patton Oswalt was supposed to be there signing for his new comic, which is called Brood, which is right here. And so we were like, well, he was in the last movie. Let's see if we can get him to come to our booth. So fortunately, his schedule was too busy. But so Dark Horse was kind enough to let us go over with a few of us at a time and to get him. They put us at the head of the line to actually meet him. And so I got to talk to him. I showed him my Proton Pack, and we actually made him an honorary member of our Ghostbuster team. People were like, he's not a Ghostbuster. I'm like, he was in the movie. I don't give a shit.
It's close enough.
Right.
Closer than a lot of us ever get. So
right. And if you saw the deleted scenes, he had a bit more into it than what was actually in the movie. But still, I know I liked his character in other different movies. Maybe Mystery Science Theater. Ratatouille. So I mean, yeah, he's done lots of cool stuff. So I asked. While I was there showing my Proton Pack, he was super impressed. He was like, that's really awesome. He was like, do you want me to sign it? And I was like, yeah, sure. Yes. But I had my pack on and it's 50 pounds. So it's not something I can easily just sign. So he reached over, he found a pen and he just signed the top of the ion arm, which is right back here. So I was like, it works. So
that was
cool. Really neat. So that was like my highlight of the show is that I got to meet Patton Oswalt. So
cool.
But it was good. Long days there from 7 a.m. till like 8 p.m. Standing all day in this the beast I call it because she's so heavy. But it was good. Lots of pictures of people. Lots of awesome costume. Yeah, it was really cool. Really cool. Always lots of fun.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm really disappointed in myself. I had no idea that Patton Oswalt voiced Remy in Ratatouille. And I just watched it like a couple weeks ago. Oh my god.
Our mod on the Ghost Head Nerd Talk 84 page just roasted you, oh. It's the moment when he signs your pack. When someone disses on you, you're like oh, or it's the oh.
I mean, I am kind of sad that I don't have any actual like Ghostbusters that signed it yet, but I mean, at least it's a
You'll
first.
get there eventually.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson having last time Ernie Hudson was at Rose City Comic Con was 2017, so that was the last time he was in. Yeah. So, but I do know he goes to Emerald City, which is north of Seattle, which isn't too far from me. So, if anyone goes there next year, I will definitely take my pack up there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it's that, or we have Fan Expo down here too, which used to be Dragon Con, but Billy West was at the last one. I got him to sign my Futurama spaceship. So, meet John DiMaggio and the rest of the cast.
So yeah, we're here to do our fun review of the Beetlejuice movie. First,
we'll start spoiler free though for those of you who haven't seen it. Spoiler free, and then we're gonna get into spoilers because I don't give a shit.
First and foremost, you probably all know. You just saw before I went to the movie. A female coworker of mine, she's really sweet. She saw me and she's like, "I know you're the biggest nerd in the kitchen," and I kind of jokingly said, "That's I'm going to match my freak." I was like, "You can't match my geek. You can't match my nerd. You can't match." I didn't say freak. I said, "You can't match my nerd." My nerd is so deep that I walk around going, when I laugh, I see something, I go, oh, I gotta have it. And she's like, "Yeah, Joe, you're too nerd for me. You hug and get worried and then walk away. Go wash your hands." She gave me the Beetlejuice can for the Fanta, and I had to review it. I waited like a week to review it because she gave it to me. It was like scorching hot. She's like, "Don't drink it, Joe." And I'm like, "The can is warmer than my hands are right now, so I'm not drinking."
I've seen mixed people say it wasn't great, so people were like, "It's good," and I was like, "Okay."
And everybody laughed at me. They're like, "Yo, you lied about the review." I'm like, "I didn't lie. I gave my honest opinion." Like, it was. If you ladies haven't tried it yet, it tasted like if it didn't have the Beetlejuice movie come out, if they waited till Christmas.
Oh.
It tastes like a Christmas apple.
Pumpkin spice? No.
It tastes like a Christmas. If they wanted to do
like an apple spice.
Yeah. If they want to give the parents a little something, the kids like, you don't want to have pumpkin spice, you can have apple spice. You know what I mean?
Interesting. So is it called Beetlejuice Barf or?
My Papa Panther Ghostbusters said, "Yeah, no, this sucks." He was pissed. This sucks. What the hell's wrong with these people? I'm like,
I was flipping through TikTok and I saw a couple of people saying it's great. So people were like, "Oh my god, it's horrible," and I was like, "Interesting."
Yo, what the hell's wrong with you?
Mixed consensus.
I'm a picky Karen. That's what I am. That guy called Karen.
Spice soda's a little weird though. It's an odd flavor for them to choose.
That is true.
I'm like, everybody saw it. I said, "Is this supposed to taste like Beatles?" Like, spice like this. Remember the cartoon? Like they said Beetle. It's supposed to taste Beetle. The drink is supposed to be something because remember the little juice box had a little beetle on it. If you remember that. So I'm like, this is supposed to be like a touch on the cartoon with the juice box.
Well, actually, at Comic-Con, I don't even know why I thought about this, but one of our team members dressed up as Beetlejuice, but yet he had a flight suit that he made white and black and white, and had the ghost patch on it. And people were like, "Wait, what's he doing here?" We're like, "He's out on good behavior. He helps out," and he did a really good voice impression of it. So he was just like, "The juice is loose," everywhere, and people were like, "Beetlejuice, don't say the B word." So it was really cool, and people took so many pictures of just us and Beetlejuice because it was just like, that's such a great mashup. And we're like, yeah, we just kind of out of the blue. It just happened. But he ended up only wanting to do it one day, and he ended up doing all 3 days because it just so many people reacted to it. It was really good. Yeah, he actually looked very kind of. I mean, he's only like 20, but he has like a kind of similar build to Michael Keaton, and he came out really good. Let's see if I can post a picture.
Man, 3 days as Beetlejuice though. That must have been rough.
3 days on the ball cap on and all the mold and everything.
Makeup and
I have trouble walking around Comic-Con for one day. And when I went to
New York,
I went to New York Comic-Con one time each year that I went. I think about 3 years in a row. And I had trouble when I came home and took off my flight suit. It's like, you know, when Jim Carrey takes off his clothes in that movie he did when he played Jesus, he was just like that. I took off my flight suit and I was just like, no. Oh God, Jesus Lord, help me.
Might be hard to see, but
oh my gosh. Amazing.
I mean, he had the nails and everything. I'll see if I can find a better picture. But yeah, I mean, he looks really good.
Full commitment.
So here we go, ladies. Like when you finally got your tickets for this movie. There we go. I see it.
It's kind of bright. It's too bright.
That's so cool, though.
So, but yeah, it was really neat.
All that talent just to make that kind of cool flight suit and everything like that. That must take the time. Yeah. So when you got the tickets for this movie, like what were your aspects going in to the movie? Like I'll go last, but like Rain, what was your aspects on this movie? Like what were you thinking?
I only saw the trailer. I didn't read any of the reviews. I just saw like just this quick synopsis of the review, like just to see what people thought, but I didn't read the full review because I just wanted to go in spoiler free. And I wanted to have my own impression of it. But I mean, the general consensus said, oh, this is great. It's really good. And even the guy who played Beetlejuice, his name's Simon. Actually, he was on our show when we did the Ghostbuster Day show. He was like the younger guy that was in the center. That's Simon. But he was like, it's so good. He was like, it's not as good as the original, but it's a really, really good sequel. I was like, all right, cool. And so I was excited to go to see it. I mean, I picked up tickets and I messed up. Actually, I got tickets, which I thought, because I was at Comic-Con weekend, so I wasn't able to watch it. So I was trying to get tickets for Monday, and I ended up buying tickets for next Monday by accident. And yeah, when I got home, I was like, I got a notification on my phone. It was like, oh, in 1 week, you're going to see the movie. I was like, what do you mean in 1 week? It's supposed to be Monday.
You're like, no, today.
Yeah, so thankfully, I canceled them and then rebought tickets for this following, past Monday. So I saw it then,
No. Okay, fine. I mean, whenever I was like, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really, not that I didn't want to keep up with it, but I just really didn't keep up with the Beetlejuice stuff because like I want to stay spoiler free. So I think I saw like a couple of the teasers in theaters like months ago, and that was it. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch that movie. And then everyone was talking about it. I saw like a bunch of like Beetlejuice merchandise, but I never saw any trailers. So I was going in this like, I have no idea. I just know that that it's a sequel and that they have Jenna Ortega in it. And I was like, that is all I know. And so I went like pretty soon after it came out, like I think on the second day of release. So I didn't have any spoilers. So I'm gonna be honest, I love the original Beetlejuice. Like I just watched it, I think last week, getting ready for this one. So yeah.
Was for the first time?
No.
Just a rewatch, a refresh.
For like the second time. I'm kidding.
No.
But yeah, no, great. I was very excited for this movie, though, I will say. And I'm sorry if you hear a motorcycle in the back.
I was going to say, it's either me or you.
He's gonna kick your door and dog's gonna start. He's gonna walk in carrying your dog. How can you do this to us and our child? What?
What?
You're just weird.
Okay, now that is all I have to say.
I did the same. I avoided trailers like the plague because I can figure out movies from trailers so easily. And I knew, like, I didn't have high expectations. I didn't think this movie was going to blow me out of the water. But I also wanted to have a good time. Like, I didn't want to go in knowing, like, anything if I didn't have to. So I avoided all trailers. I love all of the merchandise that they've been doing for this movie. A lot of it's really cool. But honestly, I just avoided all trailers. And I thought it was really good. I think it suffers from the long gap in between 1 and 2 a little bit, but otherwise it was a really good movie.
Like, I went into this movie and I was just like, I'm that kid that sees things on the internet and I have ADD and all those ADD memes that I've never shared with you ladies that I should. It's just like, ooh, because I do all my stuff with YouTube. I'm like always getting, if I click on one thing, it's like they're going down the rabbit hole. I'll be like, oh, Beetlejuice. I was like, no. Oh, fine. Oh, dang, it's a clip. Oh, it's a synopsis about the movie. Frick. Fine, 5:30 in the morning, scans by. And I'm like, damn it. Just ruined the whole thing for me. Yeah.
Well, dang.
Yeah. The internet is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. A little bit of
It's
a
like some of
curse.
those trailers that give the whole fucking movie away, and it's like,
Yeah, or the best
what
parts.
is it
I hate when they
for?
put the best parts in there, and you're like, why would you put that in
Yes.
there?
Right. And then that's like, okay, that was the only great part. And I don't already know how it goes. So what's the point, right? So basically, yeah, you give me all the best parts within 2 minutes, and then just cut out all the bullshit that I don't need to care about.
Yeah, and you're like, why did I sit here for an hour and a half and watch this?
Like, I'm pretty sure if y'all went to go watch Beetlejuice and you saw the trailers, there's one for this movie called The Wild Robot, and I feel like I saw the entire movie, like, just from that trailer. Like,
Yeah,
I've been
I didn't see it. Well, we got what was it? We got the red one about Santa Claus and with
Yeah,
like we got that one, which I was just like,
it
for
looks
real.
so good. It looks like it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, Chris Evans, and then we got a Minecraft trailer, which I was just like, no.
That looks
And
stupid.
we had live action Snow White, which I was like, who the fuck is asking for this? And then there was
It looks
another
awful.
Wizard of Oz movie,
Yeah.
and I was like, I have no interest in Wizard of Oz anymore.
Yeah.
Like that was, who cares? I don't care. I mean, it's like I don't care about the actor's ethnicity or whatever. It's just I don't care about how the witch got there and where she came from. I don't need all that information. She throw some water on. She's dead. Who cares? It's not the kind of lore building that I need. You know, it's just. But it was the same with Willy Wonka. It was like, why do we need a prequel? We don't. You know, I mean, yes, it's kind of interesting, but who was asking for this? Nobody.
They should have
Somebody
just gave
somewhere.
us something else, because remember, Willy Wonka technically gave the place to Charlie. What else is to say? Did Charlie get drunk and sell it to some kind of like different country? Like,
yeah, I suppose we never know what happens like after the first movie, really, because then they remade it and then they made a prequel, and it's like, well, what happens? What happens after? What happens when you give the child the chocolate factory?
Right. I feel that would be more interesting, right? Than seeing his origins. Like, who cares? I really don't care about the origins. But right,
yeah, it just further establishes that Willy Wonka is weird, and we already know
Charlie
that.
get fat and like and then sit in a room staring at the TV, yelling at the Oompa Loompas, or like what? Like,
right.
I'm weird like that.
Yeah, those were the only trailers that I had on mine when I saw it.
Yeah.
We had a horror movie trailer, but I can't remember what the horror movie was.
Oh, is that the one with the guy or the family that's really weird, and they're in Europe and
the one with James McAvoy.
Yes,
oh yeah.
That movie looks weird to me. I saw that and what was it? Ghostbusters, I think it was. No, God, where did I see that trailer? Yeah,
I don't know. It's freaking everywhere. That specific trailer has been following me everywhere, and I'm like, I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to see it. I love James McAvoy, but I'm not going to see it.
I know. I was sad. I was like, why is he always the bad guy now?
I know, because he's really good. Yeah. He's really good at playing the bad guy. That's why.
Yeah,
he's just got that look in his eyes.
That
psychotic, just like worried look where he's like.
How he hasn't won an award for any of that, I have no idea.
Yeah,
he's
Split.
amazing.
We were talking about him in Split. And
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Amazing. And he didn't win anything for that either. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like 12 different people in this movie.
Not enough range. Sorry.
Like, it should have been 13.
Right. He didn't go
Just
full
one
retard, did he? Don't go full retard.
Remember, no eating cats or dogs.
Oh God, yeah. I get started on yesterday's debacles.
Botchelmania.
Oh, God.
But I will say I'm marked safe from pets being eaten.
I'm a cat uncle of 3, so a cat uncle of 3 and a owner of a dog that asks, is it 5? No, 5:30. Old dog.
I am not marked safe from eating. I'm kidding.
You don't have an old Val. You have no idea. You don't have an old dog. I have an old dog. Literally, I need to make that TikTok and put like the little old hat on Dexter and the old tie on him. He's like, "Is it 5? No, 5:30." It's me every time with Dexter. You don't know the
So
pain.
should we start with a spoiler-free review?
Yes,
Of the...
spoiler free. Okay, who wants to do
Okay.
the good synopsis? Because I chalked too much up here.
Okay, so I guess I'll start.
Don't ask me.
So I actually thought it was just okay. I wasn't really blown away by it. The first half an hour. So I saw it with my partner and my 2 kids, and my daughter turns to me about 30 minutes in. She goes, "It's boring," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't understand what's going on." I was like, "Where's it going?" But there were too many different jumps between plots that kind of threw me off, and I wanted to like it. I mean, and I thought it was just okay. Definitely the first one way better. But if I had to give it a 1 out of 10, I would give it a 5, 6. I was actually quite disappointed. I mean, the effects were cool, and I agree with Jamie when she said that it felt like it was definitely too long in between the two. But yeah, I don't know. The pacing felt a bit off, and the beginning was just a bit boring for me, and the payoff at the end kind of felt weird, and certain characters, things happened to them that I just didn't quite understand, and I felt it was a total misuse of like not using like William Dafoe to his thing, and there was but without going too much.
He was like the best part. William Dafoe was one of the best parts of this movie. I liked his character, just his like bonkers. Yeah,
but you maybe get what 5 minutes total screen time with him, if that. So it felt like maybe less or slightly around that area, but it felt like a total waste of his talent to put him in there. And Monica Bellucci, I again, another person who's got maybe 5 minutes in there, but they made a big thing that, oh, these people are in the movie. I'm like, okay, great. What's their thing? And yeah, I was left disappointed, wanting more, but yeah, it kind of leaves itself open for maybe a sequel. I don't know. So
yeah.
But again, who's asking for another? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I saw the reviews, and again, I didn't read them, but the Rotten Tomato score was really high. And I was like, well, did they see the same movie that I saw? Because I just feel like they did not see the same movie that I saw. And I'm generally pretty.
They were wearing different colored glasses than you were.
Yes, yeah, they saw the 3D version. I don't know. Generally, I'm not harsh on movies, but I mean, and I go in with my own expectations, but yeah, I was just left not quite enjoying as much as I would hoped, and I really wanted to like it. My spoiler.
Yeah, this year's definitely the year of sequels, and I feel like when you're competing with other sequels, it doesn't a lot of times doesn't work out very well.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay. So, I wouldn't say I wasn't blown away. I wasn't like, oh my god, this is the best movie ever. But I enjoyed it. Now I do agree with you that I like while I was watching the movie, like I would remember like I'd be sitting there. I'm like, man, they haven't showed this character in a while. Like where were they going with that again? And I feel like there was just way too many storylines going on.
Yes,
like there were way too many, and
there were 4 different movies in one movie. Movie A, movie B, back to movie C.
I mean, that's like really my main complaint, though. One thing that I really like, though, and I liked that okay, I'm going to use Ghostbusters as an example. So you had Ghostbusters 1 and 2, and then you had Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Afterlife had a completely different feel to the original 2 Ghostbusters movies. I mean, part of it was because they were not in New York City, which I feel like is just a character in the Ghostbuster movies itself. But it just had a completely different vibe. It's a completely different movie. And even Frozen Empire, I mean, it does feel a little bit similar to the second movie, but the vibes are still just really different. But when I was watching Beetlejuice, I got those same kind of vibes that I got whenever I watched the first one, and that's something I really liked. I mean, obviously I know same director and all, and that's got something to do with it. But like all like the way that they did like the effects, like what happened with a certain janitor at the beginning, and the characters, the way that they, you know, what would happen to them. Like I was just like, that's so Beetlejuice. Like that's something that just I feel like they could have done in the first movie, and like, you know, it just all fits, and I really did enjoy that. And so, you know, that helped me bring my like my opinion on the movie up a little bit. But yeah, so you know, I don't like the story, but like I love the feels that I got from the movie. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So what would you give it a rating of?
Ooh, I don't know. I kind of want to watch it again before I give it a rating.
All right. I guess we'll make a separate video of us just rating the movie then, if you don't want to rate it, because Rain already rated it. That's why.
I mean, you guys could still rate it. I just like to watch movies twice. First time I watch it, you know, trying to figure out what's going on, letting the story unravel, and then the second time, now that I know what's going to happen, I could like really, really pay attention, like even more so, and then give it a really detailed review.
It could be one of those movies. The more you watch it, the more you understand it, maybe. But my initial impressions of it just.
The more you know.
Yes. Okay, now it's one of you or somebody.
Want me to go?
Yes.
So I enjoyed this movie. It definitely has the OG Beetlejuice vibe for sure. Aesthetic is still very much the same. I feel like some parts dragged a lot more. So I don't know if like Tim Burton was just like, I really like this kind of shot, so we're gonna do it for like half the movie, or somebody built a little diorama and was really proud and was like, I need like X amount of screen time for this diorama to be in here.
It's so true.
And I feel like the whole like different storyline, because the one preview I did see for this movie, it was about Beetlejuice's ex-wife coming to get him. So I thought that's what this movie was going to be about. And then it ended up being focused on Lydia again. And I was like, didn't she have the last movie? I figured we'd focus more on her daughter, but we didn't. One of my friends asked me, he goes, how was Jenna Ortega? And I go, she wasn't really in it. Like, for being Lydia Dietz's daughter, you would think that would be the new focus and that everybody would kind of revolve around her.
Right.
So I feel like if they had picked one story to like go all in on, it would have been a much better movie. But it was still fun. It's still Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I would give it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, no more stalling, Joe.
Yes, here we go. Then if I can't say the name right, he's gonna zap me out of my chair and bounce me through the ceiling.
Once you finish your spoiler free, we can get into some spoilers.
Yeah.
I went into this movie with I like trying not to be a dick and going on TikTok and or the YouTuber and just zapping around like I'm like the king of the world, king of the nerds. I got my 2 queens. 3 queens. Got a 3.
Does that mean I get to be a princess?
Yeah, you and your buddy can what? Our little nerd castle.
Wait, yeah.
Like
Bippity boppity boom.
Oh my god, our castle will be like 2 pairs of glasses, and then the thing from the middle comes on as like the part top of the glass, the middle of the glasses goes. Oh my gosh. AI castle, nerd castle. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Stop beating around the bush. Tell us what you think.
Hey, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I came in and I was impressed because I like to write. So I like how they did it, but I was kind of like, I don't know. And I liked how they did all the shots. But in the end, I was kind of upset of the way they kind of like went at it with Jenna Ortega and stuff like that. And I totally agree with you on how they kind of should have focused more on Jenna, on Lydia Dietz's daughter. So I'm gonna give this movie a 5 out of 10.
Wow.
No, I'm gonna get zapped.
That's in 5.6. So yeah, like it was just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I know. You're a Ghostbusters fan. What do you know about Beetlejuice? Oh,
I know enough.
I actually grew up with the damn movie. You kids just learned about it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I saw it in the theater. I'm that old, so
I remember seeing it the first time on HBO with my uncle, and he was like, "You're gonna like this shit, trust me." I was like, I saw Kate. My first weird movie I ever saw in my own fucking life was Cape Fear. So you don't know that movie? Look it up. It's a freaking creepy movie about a stalker. Like,
Cape Fear, yeah.
Sorry. Going a little postal. Calm down, Joe. Old man grandpa just freaked out.
All right, so should we give this spoiler alert?
Yes.
Yeah. If you
If
don't,
you
want
don't want
spoilers,
spoilers, you
Change
leave
the
this right
fucking
now
channel.
because I don't want to hear anything saying, "Oh, they spoiled the movie." No, we're giving
Right,
you
right.
one chance and one chance only. Get out.
Also, it's
There
been
we
out
go.
a whole week.
We just got one viewer.
The door's over there.
yeah, what she said.
Don't forget to give your puppy
Please
a
enjoy.
treat on the way out. All right, let's go.
All right.
All right, everyone, you've been forewarned.
Do you think I warned them enough, or should I like give them an extra little?
Give him a little.
Sounded like the Grandpa Simpson when you did that.
We need to get a graphic we could just put up, or something.
Just like a jump scare, just like me, like
Oh God, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
the
With
crazy
your
eyes.
eye.
You gotta get a picture of your dog like this, like doing the, and like, we'll wait.
Yes. And you got to put the Ghostbusters siren behind it.
Yes.
I smell a new video coming.
But will YouTube become a giant prick and copyright us?
What,
Man,
for
they
talking
copyright you on everything.
Right.
It's so annoying.
We're just.
I don't know if you ladies had this happen to you yet. We did one all about Deadpool. We were safe with youth protection, and copyright strike, and we had to remake the whole fucking episode. Val like that. She's like, really? With youth protection.
What did they
Jeez.
copyright strike you on?
I got so scared, I just deleted the video.
We
I
did a
didn't even look.
Deadpool review. Yeah, we did Deadpool Wolverine review, but we just had a mask of Deadpool on. I mean, hell, I have fucking Deadpool right here. I mean, so yeah. I don't know if it was that. Maybe I don't know. I think someone just reported us for whatever reason.
Probably because people are lame.
Right. Exactly. We, haters gonna hate. So.
They didn't like my Deadpool review or my mask.
Don't worry, they're just jellies. Poor Val.
So, all right. So, should I go first?
I'd like to nominate Joe to go first.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Okay, I was
Yeah,
mad.
everybody else has gone
No,
first
no, I'm
already.
first now.
Perfect.
Well,
Hollywood
this movie-
Squares.
pretty much, it was. I'm going to say this now because I gave the movie a bad review. It's pretty much like years later, Lydia has a child now, and she's trying to do something she loved to become like a paranormal, like a show, like a ghost show. It almost sounds like our show, and I'm like, oh fuck, we're about to get our show taken away. As soon as they said the name, my buddy Hector looked at me like this.
Ghost House, yeah.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch, stop it. And he goes, up. I'm like, up. I had it longer. Up. They just came out with this movie. Yeah, so it's Ghost House, and pretty much the set looks like the attic in the house. So it was like she's trying to conjure ghosts, but there was one ghost that didn't explain. Lydia saw a ghost in the bathroom with a knife through her head, like a thing through her head.
Oh, right.
Did you see that ghost in the bathroom?
Well, it's because she can see spirits.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
And that's
kinda
just
like
one of the
kid
ones
from
that
The
hangs
Sixth Sense.
out.
Yeah, that's just the one that hangs out in that room because the other guy, Rory, couldn't see it. That's what I took from it. It was kind of like the kid from Sixth Sense. He just sees ghosts and talks to them.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was like, who's she? Damn it. She was kind of hot too. Who you, ghost? I need a ghost girlfriend. No, why are you in the girl's bathroom? I have a lot of female friends.
I mean, there was that kind of shit happening in the movie with Lydia and then the boy. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I gotta say, as soon as I saw him, I was like, yeah, this kid's dead.
Yeah.
hmm
I didn't get that, but it was like, where is this going? Like, he's already asked her to hang out, and I was just like, okay, yeah. And like, he's gonna kill her or some shit, which was immediately what we were thinking. Like, oh, he's already dead. Okay.
I wasn't expecting him to be the killer, though, of the parents. I was expecting him to have been killed.
Yeah, that is kind of what I was feeling. Yeah, right. The takeaway from that initially. So sorry, Joe. Finish your review.
Like, it's years later. Lydia has a daughter.
We
And-
heard that. See that?
Yeah.
And
Good job.
now Lydia's daughter thinks her mom's a host, like a hoax. She doesn't believe
Yeah.
in ghosts.
A con artist, right?
And con artist, she doesn't believe in ghosts. She just thinks it's her mom just making this stuff up just to get money. So, like, I guess you're better at this than I am, Val or Rain. I'm trying to be like, seeing a comedian, no one's laughing. Let me just keep going. Like, doing the show for 8 years. Your turn,
You won't-
Rain.
All right, fine. I did like how they handled the Charles Dietz character, because we know, I mean, he was convicted as a pedophile, so obviously, yes, he can't be in there. I get that they have to use his, the picture of his character. I did like the twist that they just had the shark bite his fucking head off so that we can't see his face, and the whole claymation thing of that happening. I was just like, okay, this is
Amazing.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, it's a good way to say what happened to the character. And then we focus in on Lydia, and she's just right. She's a paranormal, like, it kind of investigator, but not. It's just more of a, it seems like a TV show personality, and just going off her ability to see spirits and ghosts. So, and then we find out she's got a boyfriend, and we don't know who this guy is. Yeah, he's very creepy, very kind of hipster, weird kind of guy, and then she gets the call, and it's Delia. Which was another thing. So we flip the Delia, and she's at her gallery where she's sad, and because she didn't know, and then this French spray paint artist then suddenly walks out and then dies. And then we see him in the afterlife waiting in the waiting room, like, why are we seeing this dude? What the fuck is this thing? And then that was it. That was all we saw of him. It was just another way to get us into the afterlife or whatever. And then cut away to the funeral, and then the boyfriend asks Lydia how to marry her on Halloween of all days, and then it gives Jenna Ortega an excuse to run because she hates her mom. And I mean, there were some funny parts, but the whole beginning was just too slow for me. It was just like, where's this going? What's going on? And then you see Beetlejuice now has his own exorcism company going on with all the small head guys, or he calls him Bob. Or whatever. Yeah, and I was like, I know he saw him in the waiting room, but why is? Because wasn't that the whole thing with the exorcist lady, Juno, in the first movie, was like, don't call his name because he's so-called exterminator or something like that. So I was like, why does he have his own business now? And it just felt kind of weird. It felt like there were so many things happening and then there was no information as to why that kind of happened, was what I was kind of feeling. Like there was just too much for them to say, or maybe the movie should have been longer. I don't know, but it was.
Or they could have cut out the 10 minutes of looking at the diorama.
Right. Yeah, well, shit. Yeah. And then, and I guess it's Lydia's being haunted by Beetlejuice, who constantly shows her like visions of him, and she's getting kind of scared of it and finds the diorama. I guess it's the city or the town
model thing.
Yeah. Sees the Beetlejuice thing, and then they get zapped in, and then they talk to him again. And then I'm like, okay, this is.
And then they get married. She marries Beetlejuice in like 2 seconds, and I was like, wasn't that the whole shtick in the first one, where she didn't want to marry him?
Right. Well, and because, I mean, and so we find out that Astrid is now being taken over, not taken over, but what was like conned by the boy.
She's getting her soul stolen.
Yeah, he swapped her life for his so he can come back. So they're in the afterlife, and then Lydia is now dealing with Beetlejuice to get her so that way they can save Astrid, which is the daughter's name now. And then this whole thing about their the dad and the husband, there was no real backstory on him except the fact that he was in Brazil and he died. And then, oh, look, he's right there at the checkout person in like, the subway with like piranhas all over him. I'm like, okay, well, now I know how he died, but who the fuck is this guy? I don't know who he is. Just as a picture. There's no backstory behind it. You know, there's nothing that lets me care about this character other than the fact that they were married, and Astrid obviously is pissed that she thinks that her mom's thinks her mom's a fake because she can't see the ghost of the dad. Does she see any other ghost but can't see the ghost of her dad? And so, but I mean, he kind of says that. He was like, I didn't want you guys to feel that my business was unfinished, so I didn't want to appear. I want you guys to get together. I'm like, well, that backfired, fucker.
Yeah. I thought when she couldn't see him, I thought that meant that he was okay dying and that he moved into the great beyond.
That was kind of what I was feeling too. Right.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have unfinished business. Right. They kind of
that the resolve would be like, oh, he's in heaven. Like he was never here. He was never with Beetlejuice or in contact with him.
Right.
He was already gone.
See, I felt Casper from the 94 Casper actually did a real good job because they wanted to see the mom, and the mom appeared at the end saying, I didn't need to come back because you guys gave me so much love. I didn't need to, stick around. And that's what I was kind of feeling too. Mm-hmm. But still, there was just nothing that showed their life together and what was, I don't know, even if it was just a very quick
have any feelings for the dad.
Yes.
He's just there. We just know that he is the dad. They were married.
And then it miraculously helps, Astrid get out before getting on the soul train.
The soul train was amazing.
I was waiting for him to do that whole soul train, but I was like,
kind of.
I felt like I was the only people in the theater that were getting ready for the guy to go soul train.
Yeah,
he didn't do it. He's like,
but then we find out William Dafoe was some kind of afterlife cop, but he was actually an actor in previous life. But you only see him like doing quick investigations, and then that was it. Then at the end, he's frozen by Beetlejuice, and it's like, okay, he feels like he's got way too much power sometimes.
Yeah.
But it felt like a waste of talent because it only the quick snippets, and I thought his scenes were actually quite funny since he was hamming it up because he was an actor. So it was
pretending to be a cop.
Monica Bellucci, who we see in the beginning, which I thought was a great cameo by Danny DeVito as the janitor.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I thought that was great. And then, but why is she cut up in a box? And it's only her pieces now suddenly come all back together. But why? Why now? Why not before? What is making her come back? That's I was like, what the fuck is going on? Are we getting any story on this? No, not at all. That's just the plot, and here we go. And so then we move like from plot A, which is Lydia and Juice, and then plot B, which is they're trying to go after the ex-wife now from Beetlejuice, which I did like. It was like they did say that he was a grave robber from Italy, and then I did like that part, and then the whole spiel is him speaking Italian. I thought.
Oh my gosh, amazing!
Yeah, I thought that was a great
funny when he was talking.
I was like, okay, that felt great. But then we go to movie C, which is Astrid, and then the boyfriend, and then we go back to Delia dealing with her shit, and then they killed Delia off, and I was like,
I was so mad she died.
It was just out of nowhere too. Like,
I was just, what the fuck is going on? There were just too many like side things going on. There was not enough focus on one to make it better, but it was just too many different side plots going on all at once.
Like they were all side stories with no main story to shoot off of.
Yes, exactly. And then the whole at the wedding so they save Astrid, they're in the wedding, and then they're about to get married, and then suddenly, here comes Beetlejuice with the truth serum onto the boyfriend, and he finds out he's, an asshole the entire time.
Yeah.
And then the whole quick, look, I can look in the handbook and suddenly find a door that I can now open that is the sandworm that takes care of both the evil people. Like, how convenient. And then like, oh, well, Juice has to get married now. Oh no, there's a clause in the handbook that now states you have violated this. And so now you can't get married. I'm like, this is such bullshit.
Did they add
Like,
to the
what
book?
fuck? It's just so many, plot, convenience to just kind of just end it right
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I did love the parts I really found funny was when Beetlejuice is singing with Richard Marx's song, I'll Be Right Here Waiting for You. Yeah, I laughed.
Yes.
That was like one of the only parts. And that like our theater actually laughed at that. But for the most part, it was mostly silent. There wasn't very many people laughing. I think the only other part too was when they were singing, they were kind of trying to do the Deo song again
Yeah.
at the scene, but with this other weird song about the
Which
wedding
didn't-
cake, which
yeah.
didn't really hit for me. It felt like it was too long. And then suddenly,
It was too
just
slow too.
yeah, and the cops, and they're like, oh, he freezes them all. How convenient. And yeah, then Monica Bellucci comes in, and then we don't even really. She's got what, maybe 10 lines of dialogue the entire movie.
Maybe,
And then
which is
there's a-
weird because the commercials always made it seem like she was going to be the
Yes.
big bad of this movie.
Big bad, right? And then Sandworm kills them both. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
what
kidding.
the
She's
fuck?
dead.
We didn't even know her real motivation besides just wanting that she was a soul eater. And I was like, okay, that seems kind of interesting. Why is she a soul eater? No experience, no explanation, or nothing. And so it just felt like too much, too little, and it was just, and nothing was quite explained. And yeah, I don't know. That felt too disjointed.
I would
for
give
me.
this movie to Jason Reitman. Like, yeah, we did a better job.
Don't get me started on Saturday Night Live because that, which was another preview that was in our theater. But
We got that one too.
I didn't get
yeah,
that,
that
either.
was. But but that was, I was just left disappointed. The whole ending with suddenly Astrid meets the Dracula kid. It's something they do together, and oh look, she's getting married, and suddenly
Now she's having a baby.
Beetlejuice baby.
Yeah.
And then it's a dream, and then it's like, so Beetlejuice is there at the end, and then it's like, okay, is he gone again? They're just not. I don't know. It's just too much for me.
Yeah.
I could suspend some disbelief, but when I'm just not given enough information, and you go between too many different subplots, and then they end up keeping Delia in the afterlife, then like, what was the point of bringing her character back then if you're just going to kill her off?
They should have both been in the plane. Maybe both died.
Yeah, that would have probably been better, because then if you cut out her whole story, then that would have put more more time for the other stories to maybe marinate and be better. But yeah, I was
And you could have still kept her. She 100% would have bothered Lydia like the whole time. Like, find out how I died. Why am I dead? Can you bring me back? Like, she would like nonstop.
Yeah,
Seriously, they did
After
do
her.
it.
bite her in the fucking neck. Okay, okay.
I called that. I fucking called
the
that.
second
shit.
she
I was
bought
just like,
snakes.
they had the snakes up. I said, and my buddy Hector was like, "What are you doing, Joe?" I said, "Got this weird nerd magic that I'm about to get this whole movie done in 5 seconds. I'm the end now." And he fucking told you. No,
Yeah.
Such a dumb way to die.
Yeah, no shit. And then nothing to bring her back. They're like, oh, guess what? You're staying in the afterlife now, just so she can be
hang out with Charles.
Charles, the husband.
Charles with the bloody head.
But you would think now that they're
right.
together, they would move into the great beyond. But
Into
it
the
seems
great
like they're just
beyond,
like hovering in the afterlife.
Right. They seemed like they were getting on the soul train, but it doesn't really show them. But yeah, I guess you can assume that they got on it. But.
His diarrhea butt head. It's so weird.
Yeah,
Did you see the surfer when he came next? Like, whoa, look at you, dude. I'm like, shut up. I'm waiting for him to do like typical shut up. Like, so for me, when they were in the waiting room, did you try to did you see the other dead the other dead people in there and try to guess how they died like I did?
I mean, the Houdini guy, duh. I mean,
that was
there was like some gold guy painted in gold. I was just like, maybe, I don't know. Is he painted too much? I don't know. And then the hot dog chick on a stick. That was the reception.
I'm like, what an outfit to die in.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Did you see the spaceman?
Yeah, I did see the astronaut. Yeah.
I was like, poor
You know, it would have
guy.
been a really great touch is if they had like one of the crew members from the submersible that blew up in the Titanic.
Nah.
Terrible.
I mean, it was already weird and fucking weird already. Why not
He,
go
he
all
has
the
like
way?
he has a game controller. He's just like,
Yeah, yeah.
If something like that really did happen, like in the afterlife, imagine being dead from the Titanic and you're still waiting online to go to the afterlife.
That is
Oh,
better late than never.
Better late than, my God, imagine sitting there like your character, you're supposed to be like, oh, why are you so cold? I drowned on the Titanic. That was like 100 years ago. What? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I kind of got that in order to, because the Maitlands weren't there, and they did at least explain there was a loophole, but I was like, but what was the loophole? How did they get out of it? It was just a quick throwaway line that just kind of under why Adam and Barbara aren't there anymore. Because they were supposed to have 170 years, I think, from the last movie. They said that they had to be at that house before they can move on or something. So what was the loophole? It seems like there's a loophole in this whole fucking movie.
This whole movie's a loophole.
Yeah, a loophole with the sandworm, and a loophole with fucking Juice and not being able and marrying Lydia now, and so it's just like, yeah, the whole thing is a fucking loophole. And then getting Jenna Ortega's character out of not dying and taking the character. That was another quick death. We're gonna suddenly kill the bad guy. There's Juice. The kid's in hell. Okay, how does that work?
Yeah, the original
it was just
show up at the end.
Yeah, I can't explain it, but it just left me so frustrated, like such a missed opportunity. And I was like, how is this movie getting all these good reviews, though? And it was like, did I watch the same movie I did?
But also, like, how did these people get paid so much money to make this movie and it's not better?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, William Dafoe's collected a huge check for just saying, 10 lines of dialogue and being in 4 different scenes, and that's it.
Yeah, Michael Keaton's cashing out, too.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Gotta look at how much he got paid. Val? Just joking.
All right, I speak too much now. You guys are starting.
Yeah. So here we go.
I got it off my chest now.
This is going dark. If all three of us ended up in the I'm at the count. Hook down fantasy work for me. If we ended up on that waiting room, how would your 4? I know, can't count. If we ended up in the afterlife, how would we have ended up there? I know myself.
Are you saying how we would have died?
Yeah. I'm an idiot. I either would be somebody would have messaged me about either a ghost head or dudes. Oh, I got a beam, and then totally levels. Or me, I work in a senior home. The elevator would ding.
Just like let go.
The elevator, horrible way to go. But in my job, I get all the dishes from upstairs to downstairs instantly. Bye, Joe.
Heart attack.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I would end up there.
I feel like I'd just end up tripping and dying. Really dumb. Just real dumb.
Bitches be tripping.
Yeah, that's true.
But then I would be the running joke. Man, Joe, you were already 5'1". Now you're like 3 foot. Now you're 1'2". Really
I think ironically I'd probably be struck by lightning with my Ghostbuster uniform on and like my proton pack, and then that way I'm stuck with it for eternity.
Like, yo,
like how ironic, a Ghostbuster in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Shut up.
That'd be so cool.
Be using somebody else.
That would be cool.
Okay, Val, how would you die? Sad face.
Eaten by rocket.
No, it's the opposite of me.
No.
Of what's going on right now. I'm kidding.
Right? Yeah.
How would I die? I don't know. Huh?
It can be funny in Goofy Beetlejuice. Like, that sounded wrong. Like something like what happened on Beetlejuice, something random.
I don't know. I mean, I just said heart attack earlier because of like my horrible life choices that I make every day. It would be like the most like stupid thing that like would just set it off, and like I'd probably just show up there with like like 5 cups of coffee, like, hey, shoot, I had too much.
It's me feel like you'd be like Fry in Futurama now.
Yeah.
That's me at work
You hit
anyway.
100 and then suddenly you're like slow motion. You're moving too fast for the world.
Yeah. No, I think that's how it happened. The amount of caffeine I consume every day is like.
Well, at least we'll be together. We'll all be together online, be like hanging out, and you have to like, hey,
Joe, we
hey,
could start a
what's going on,
podcast,
guys?
but for people in the afterlife.
But in the afterlife, yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Johnny? Welcome.
What's up?
This podcast today is about Beetlejuice. Don't say anything 3 times.
Well,
I was
Johnny,
gonna say if they make a third one, we're all gonna be summoning Beetlejuice.
right.
That's why I kind of were. I should have got this in black and white if they had it. Damn it.
Well, Johnny, don't set your expectations too high.
Yeah. So yeah, if you could write a third Beetlejuice and hand it to Jason Reitman, because you know he got, even though, sorry Jason, Rain just kind of like gave the good old fashioned kick to the crotch. Saturday Night Live.
Why? Who's asking for this? Why do I need to see it? And then other people play famous people. I mean, John Belushi, and Chevy Chase and Gilda Radner. And like, why do I mean, I get it's interesting, but that should just be like a docuseries. It doesn't need to be a fucking movie.
That's probably a movie to try and make SNL popular again. I bet
Yeah,
you
there you
it's
go.
mainly a PR thing.
I mean, I find that, yeah, it's interesting that the show had that, but right, does it need to be a movie? It feels like
No.
it should be something on like
If
TNT
anything, it
or
should be a
something.
mini series instead of a movie.
Yes. I don't know, it was just another one of those movies like, who the fuck is asking for this? Like, we get an original plot, something original, and then it's a weird, docuseries kind of documentary play kind of thing. And we had a thing for Christopher Reeve too. That was, I love Christopher Reeve, but
I saw
wanna see
that.
yeah, and
Did you?
I'm not gonna lie, it made me cry.
Yeah, I was ready to
Yeah.
cry, and I'm like, I'm here to see Beetlejuice, and I'm crying.
Yeah, right. But I mean, it was just, that felt like another thing that was like, why is this in the theater? It felt like something you would see on Disney Plus or something. I don't know.
I think it's only in theaters for like a couple of days though, so I think it is going to be on Max, HBO.
Max, right? Or Hulu or some shit like that. Amazon
it'll
Prime.
be somewhere. Yeah.
So
I mean, I would be interested to see it, but that is probably not something I would go see in the theater personally.
Yeah.
So.
It's
I
definitely
love SNL, but now I don't love SNL that much. Just see a movie about it. Like,
yeah. I'd rather just watch old SNL episodes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I have Peacock. I want to see Peacock.
But I wonder if that's, again, it's the PR thing, because then people go, oh, I want to watch the old SNL, and then they'll rewatch those.
Exactly. I don't know, if I had to do a third one, I would say stick the one fucking plot, and probably should make it more Astrid focused or something. Or that's what I thought originally going into it, that it was going to be Beetlejuice going after the daughter now.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it went back to Lydia, which I was like, okay, but yeah, you're right. Well, the whole thing was her in the first one. So, I mean, for the most part, I get we were going back and forth between them and the Maitlands at the house and what they were experiencing, but I was expecting more something like that. But I don't know. I think if show me more of the afterlife and world build a little bit more for me, make it more interesting. Because it's its own character. You get these weird, wacky dead people, and what is the laws of physics there, and kind of that. I mean, just those kinds of things that you're like, okay, that seems really interesting and cool, because you had these weird rooms and they're all going all over the place, and this door leads to there, and this door leads to there, and I don't need like physics, lesson on it, but world build more.
But more, want more.
Yeah,
on
I
that.
want more of that. Yeah, it seemed more interesting, and I thought, I wanted more stuff going on there, like. Who's in charge of these departments? Is there a main person?
And what departments are there?
Yeah, exactly. Like we know there's afterlife cops. I mean, so, but they should have one door where all the ghosts from Ghostbusters are, that are busted or something. I don't know, but again, it seemed like a missed opportunity that it wasn't much going on in the afterlife besides just things that felt like it was just to move the plot forward.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, there's so many different ways you can go with it. They did kind of leave it open to a possible sequel, but does Beetlejuice I mean, he's going to be older. So, I mean,
Yeah.
how are we, does he die and move on to the afterlife and he has a protege? I don't know. Because it's like the same problem with the Ghostbusters. They're older. And I mean, he's like, what, in his 70s now? So, I mean, obviously he can't do the role for his entire life. So if they're trying to move on the series, you know, how are they going to move that forward? You know, I mean, is that another Beetlejuice, or do we go with a younger character that's him reverse time? You know, from I don't give me a fucking prequel. I don't care. We already saw what he was in
Before.
right. I don't need to see anything before. I don't know. Maybe after he dies, because then you can see how he becomes a bioexorcist. But then you have to get the right characters for it. You know, you can't. I mean, there's only one Michael Keaton, and that character was just really him. So that would be an interesting choice. But that would be the only thing I guess a prequel would be. But then again, stay focused on the one fucking plot and world build for him.
They could always do the deets.
Yeah.
But we already saw it in a sense. We know they're from New York, and they bought a house, and Delia hated it, and then that was it. When she was strange and unusual. I mean, there wasn't really much that I felt I needed to know more to know who they were. They were hipster New York people. So
just imagine the next Beetlejuice takes place in New York, and they summon Beetlejuice. He just like almost Ghostbusters. He like takes over. He appears hugely in the middle of Times Square, like
just Ghostbusters, but with Beetlejuice.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you had a prequel, you could explain how is he so powerful. You know, I mean, is he really? I mean, they said he's a trickster demon. Okay, great, but where does his power come from? It didn't look like he was anything special besides a grave robber. Is what all we got on his quick backstory.
Yeah,
and that Monica Bellucci was his wife, but only married him so they use him as a sacrifice. So for her soul sucking power, but then that was just like, well, then why is she sucking souls out of the living? Because we don't see how she died. We only see her like all cut up. Well, how did she get all cut up? You know, we don't. That was like what. That's why I felt like it was missing so much, because I was like, you showed me this character. Why do I care about them? But how did they get these abilities that you're telling me about? You know?
Yeah. I wonder if Beetlejuice killed her.
That's what I was hoping to see. Something with the chopped axe or something, right? Did he kill her from the afterlife? Yeah, that's what left me wanting. It was like all you need to have was just one scene with just less than 30 seconds of them showing what happened to her. And why is she coming back right now? Why couldn't she come back in the last movie? Why does it just happen to be right now?
Yeah. Or like, did she get kicked out of the cult because it didn't like work, or like what? Like why? Why is she out for revenge?
That's the only reason they explain how she's able to suck on the men. And
well, she's a sucker.
and
I like that,
of their white stuff.
Like that.
Shut up, Val. You know it's funny. But again, why? So is that just the only reason they could give to why she is able to do this? But again, where does that power come from? You know, again, 10-second scene could have just been easily to alleviate that. You know, that answer. You know, just to give us, why is she like this? Why is she coming back? What's her motivations beyond? Where is Beetlejuice? You know, that's it. That was pretty much it. That was her only motivation. Why is she going after him? You know, I mean, we know he's a bit of a dick, but I mean, also, didn't he have in her finger from the ring in the first movie? Because he was like, she meant nothing to me, nothing. So okay, is that for someone else? You know, was that his wife's finger? I mean, I did see that the ring finger then pop up on her hand. I thought was like, okay, is that the finger from the first movie? So, but again, nothing. So,
where'd the ring go?
I feel like we got more detail about Charles's death and how he died and why he died versus anybody else's backstory.
Thank you for showing all the information on the pedophile, but not on the actual characters that make a difference.
Yes.
Yeah. I found out that on YouTube again. I was like, ooh, yeah. I'm not going into details about that one.
But I agree with Val's point. It could be better on subsequent viewings, but my initial impressions of the first time I watched it was just that it left me very wanting, you know, more from it and expecting more from it. Though I kind of went with like not much expectations, but I was wanting something better than that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess we all are in agreement. Beetlejuice didn't hit its mark,
Yeah.
and the juice didn't have the right flavor.
No. Too much pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
I also love that they call him
Mr.
Mr. Juice so much. I'm like, I'm gonna call
Yes.
everybody Mr. Juice now. Everybody is Mr. Juice.
That's right.
Everyone.
I guess that's the
That's
only
what I
way to
love
do it without saying his actual name the whole time. I don't know.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. I
Maybe
will
could have
say
said
though,
Mr.
it was also kind of entertaining. Like I don't want to say it was like the worst movie ever, but I will say like I was kind of entertained the entire time. I mean, like although there was too much going on, it was also I mean, like once like the beginning kind of happened and the story like, you know, kind of like set where it was at, what was going on, and then it started to pick up and it was just constantly going. And I remember just being like, all right, like this is going, this is good, you know, and I was really enjoying it. And I did kind of laugh because like immediately I knew that the boy was a ghost. And I was like, yeah, he's not normal. He's reading a book about murder. Like, come on, you know?
Right, and how does he have a handbook for the recently deceased? Though he said
Yeah.
it's not a yard sale. But I
Yeah.
was just
I-
like,
I started laughing though because I was like, this girl cannot see ghosts. She doesn't believe her mom, but the first ghost that she sees is like a cute boy her age. I was like, this is so
how
convenient.
convenient.
I know, but yeah, I did enjoy it. Like, you know, I did enjoy the movie. It wasn't amazing, but you know, and I enjoyed Bob. Bob was awesome.
Rest in
love
peace,
Bob.
Bob.
Bob was cute as hell. Yes, I did like Bob.
Yeah.
And
Bob's
I
gonna
like
come
when he
back.
had a little Beetlejuice suit on.
Oh, he was so he was adorable. Yeah.
I liked
I was
when
like, "What?
everybody.
It's just Bob.
I like when the room opened from, was it the attic or whatever, to
And they all run out.
And they all
yeah, and they're just
escape.
and Bob's just
They
there
showed
like
what happened to them, though? I mean, we know they were out in the world, but
They're out in the real world now.
yeah, what happened to them? They didn't really say what happened. Or
okay. I was just
Did
like,
the
did I
cops get them back?
forget what happened? to
No,
them?
they
Or,
never.
like-
Yeah,
I mean,
they
it was
never said
Halloween, so
another-
nobody cared. But
right. But
now
another
that Halloween
thing
is over.
not explained. So
No,
right,
no,
okay,
imagine. Oh my god, they're all working at a telemarketing now. If they go back, little headsets on,
Yeah,
typing a little,
put a
Started
great
a
wig and
colony
be like
somewhere.
Mini Janine.
just typing ABs blah, 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 on the keyboards. Oh,
But no, I
gosh.
agree. It was okay for me. It was just again merely okay.
Yeah.
It was entertaining for what it was. I was just hoping for more.
yeah. Especially because I feel like they advertised the crap out of it. Like, I mean, it
Yes.
was everywhere.
It
Yeah.
still is.
And that's very true.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, at least when I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, that fucking delivered in
Oh, that was
space.
so good.
And yeah, it was so good. But yeah, and I was just like, yeah, this is gonna be great. And then I was just like, oh,
It's like, yeah.
okay.
That's why it's hard when it's the year of sequels, because then we compare them like how good they are, not only to the first, but also the other sequels that are coming out.
Right,
Mm.
right.
It's hard.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it. Rain, you and the
You're
jokes
welcome.
tonight.
I know.
Good lord.
On me again.
So
That's
fire.
Hey,
it.
what do you do without me?
Remember in the
I
chat,
bring the comedy
I
relief.
can't live without Rain. Rain kept me from wanting to turn off the containment unit and cry and walk away. That meme. I like Ghostbusters. You do. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I got a message from your buddy. She can't make it.
Oh, sad.
I
Yeah.
know it's sad.
Retail
Maybe
sucks.
next week.
So, another
We'll
thing
do
I
more of
like.
these. We'll do more of these. I
The
even
wedding
thought of a
suits.
side name for like a sideshow we could all do together. Popcorny.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Bring that back, baby. That's the other dumb show I used to do back in the day. Popcorny. Because we talk about pop culture and popcorn, and we're all corny nerds.
I liked how they brought the wedding suits back. for the wedding
Yeah.
outfit.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
with his-
I was like,
his
nice.
old yeah, with the crushed red velvet suit. I think it was.
Yeah.
It's in her her red gown
Her
from the
red
first
gown.
one. Yeah,
Mhm.
I thought that was
Oh gosh, someone just said 3 times. Damn it! I think the show's got to end now.
Oh no.
is it. Oh, okay. I was like Beetle. Okay, orange.
Huh?
No. Val, no.
Dang,
All right.
I haven't done that yet this podcast. Hold on. No, wait. There we go.
Wait.
We got to get a video of your dog going, oh no, like have like him running back and forth.
I will.
I think maybe like edit it and Rain can edit it, have him running back and forth, going woo, and then have got new subscriber underneath it.
And
We have
I'll
to
make
figure
sure
out
next
who's-
time Rocket has zoomies, I'll record it.
So, is there any movie where anyone's looking forward to for coming up this year or next year?
Is there any what?
Any movie? I mean, I haven't really seen anything that.
Dang it! Hold on. Wait. I know there's something coming up that I want to see.
I'm excited for Gladiator 2.
Yes, November, right?
Yeah. Pedro
Yes.
Pascal's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
it.
Okay.
Who is
I
it?
had to think for a second. I
Pedro
was like, what?
Pascal.
I know.
Yes.
Husband.
Oh yeah, he's dreaming.
I just saw him in a commercial earlier. I was like, hey.
A Corona commercial.
Yes.
That's the one.
I love that they show him in the movie theaters too. Like it's not just like on
Yeah.
YouTube and TV. Like I've seen it in the theater as well. I'm like, that's hilarious.
And then also there's also a certain person that I like that's also going to be in that. Another person I like is also going to be in that movie, Joseph Quinn.
Yes.
Mhm. And I was like, that he looks like a psychotic little shit. I can't wait to
and
see
I'm
him.
so excited. It's gonna be so good.
I know he's going to be that guy. I can't wait to see it. I lost my bobby pin. All right, but
Way to go.
But,
Oh.
I know. No other real movies. I mean, I know there's a bunch coming out next year, but more sequels. We have
I feel
another-
like there's something else. Hang on.
there's a Blade reboot coming, and then there's
Yes.
Oh, really?
Reboot?
Yeah, it's with a different. It's a different character, but now I guess people were saying that since Wesley Snipes came back, how are they going to explain that? Or maybe I don't know.
I mean, they're
But it
doing the
could be-
multiverse thing, so
That's what I was thinking. It's Spider-Man, so I mean, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
it's
need a
basically like-
Gambit movie. I need Channing Tatum as Gambit
yes, I
With
agree
in
with
the
that.
whole movie.
New Orleans accent.
It's amazing.
I thought he was great. I liked
Oh,
it.
He's amazing. I'm so
Okay.
sad that movie was greenlit and then last minute they went no, and then it
Yeah.
was just never made.
It's sad.
Another
Wait,
movie
wait,
I'm really looking forward to, the next Joker movie.
Oh, I saw the trailer for that when I
Yeah.
saw Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
with
With Lady Gaga.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, why am I skipping her name?
Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah, because she's
Harley
Harley Quinn,
Quinn.
right? And
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Harley
so
That's-
freaking excited for this movie. It looks so good.
I'm excited for it. I have free tickets for it, so I kind of feel important because I did a little job. I did a little job for my little theater.
Wow.
I got free tickets. So my buddy Hector kind of like I felt important when I went to the theater. I said, "Can I get 2 tickets for Beetlejuice?" They're like, "Oh yeah," but I'm like, "Oh, Hector, your money's no good here." Free tickets, and they're like, and I'm like, and they're like, "Oh, Ghostbuster guy." I'm like, "Yeah," and then they looked at the shirt. They're like, "Ah, yeah, you knew it was you." And I'm like, "How'd you know?" And they're like, and I'm like,
Lucky guess.
"It's a coincidence."
well,
They know me
Rockefeller had some sisters that.
Knew I was, and I'm like, if I wouldn't have showed up, who would have kept your theater aside from the big? I said the name now. I can't remember his name. Jeez. Your theater would have been nice and cold, and you all would have froze.
I'm also excited for the new, even though I know it's probably not going to be very good, the new Jurassic World series that they're going to
That'd be
do.
interesting to see where that
Offended?
goes. man.
No.
I love Jonathan Bailey, so I'm very excited to see him as the star of a movie instead of a TV show.
I'm excited. I like Jurassic Park.
I do too.
So I'm over here. I'm looking up 2024, movie releases, upcoming movie releases. And I see one. It's called Am I Racist? And I was like,
what?
No.
Look at this.
I was like, I was not expecting to see this. Let me just keep going.
Is it
When
like
that's supposed to come out?
Christian
4
Media
years?
made or something?
November.
What even is this? Good God. Release date September 13th.
Wow. I didn't even see any trailers.
Friday.
Nothing. Is it
Friday
indie
the
film?
13th. Oh shit! Yeah, Friday the 13th is Friday.
Oh, geez.
Friday the 13th. Oh, yo.
Yeah, special day.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this. They're re-releasing. They're officially releasing the Beetlejuice cartoon series on DVD. Will you ladies pick it up?
Oh no.
I watched it when I was a kid, but it was I don't know. I couldn't get into it when I was. I don't know. I may try it again, but if it's streaming, but I don't know if I would buy
Me
it.
too. I'm like, I could probably get it on. I'll look it up on whatever app I could find it on my TV. Like, why do I want to buy a DVD?
So I'm gonna be honest. Although like I've watched the first Beetlejuice multiple times, I
Mhm.
never knew that there was a cartoon.
I knew there
Really?
was a cartoon, but I've never
Never knew.
seen it.
It
was-
was kind of weird, and it for me it didn't hit. Like I saw real Ghostbusters was just like it hit like the movie, and I was just like yeah. And then when I was like yeah Beetlejuice cartoon, and then I remember when it came out, it was just like it's okay. I was like it didn't grab me like real Ghostbusters did, and I loved Beetlejuice as a kid because I saw it in the theater. I mean I saw Edward Scissorhands in the theater, and I
love
loved
that
the
movie.
Tim lore. Right. And then seeing the cartoon, I was just kind of left wanting.
That's another
So-
one that rumors are they're trying to bring out another one, this time a female version of Edward Scissorhands.
Oh no. They need to leave stuff
Edwina
alone.
Scissorhands?
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Right. It's like you
Edwina
have some original
Scissorhands.
fucking content that isn't a documentary or talking about someone's journey or something.
Or a
Could we just
sequel.
have some original? Yeah. It's like we're all just doing reboots of movies from the 80s and 90s or sequels
Yeah.
of old ass movies and shit.
Next,
Did
we're
you see
gonna
they're
do
doing a Goonies? They're doing a second
Yes!
Goonies movie.
Yeah, there's a Goonies 2 now.
With the
Spielberg's gonna
Stupidest title in existence. I don't even remember what
Ugh.
it is, but it's really dumb.
but yeah,
I tell you, I'm
Josh
sure
Goonies
the
are
whole show-
okay or something, or all right, or
Yeah, Sean Astin and like most of the cast is coming back. Martha Plimpton.
which is that's going to be exciting. But I'm like,
How are they going to do? What seems not chubby anymore? How's he going to do the truffle shuffle? His fat son is do the
Well,
truffle shuffle.
also okay, the guy who plays Chunk is actually really hot, and he lost a
Yeah.
lot of weight. If you've seen the picture of him now, it's like woo. But like, how does that?
Jane's just sticking her panties on the stage. Woot woot. With our cute- oh my God. QR code
I mean,
back
it
of
is
the panties.
Spielberg, so I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
yeah,
will there be sharks?
yeah. I mean,
I don't
we
know.
do know there'll be pirate treasure, but that's pretty much the only thing they've revealed.
I wonder if they'll film it in Oregon. That would be cool. Since I'm like right near, I'm like only an hour away from Astoria, so.
Ooh, yeah, I've been there once. Casey took me actually when she lived in Oregon.
It's really pretty, yeah.
I was like, "You need to take me to see the Goonies house." She's like, "Okay."
Yeah. But yeah, there's supposed to be some other actors and actresses that weren't in the original, but like they're big names that were in it. My partner was telling me yesterday, and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, can't the old lady? She died. The one that from the mama from the plane.
Her mom from the train. Yeah,
Yeah.
that actress.
She died like I think in the 80s.
But, the two guys who play the crooks, aren't they still alive? I know one of them was in the Matrix, and I forget his name, and then the other guy I don't remember.
One that
I know
spoke
he was
Italian.
The
He
Bond
sang.
villain, I remember that, but then one of the guy that was in the jail in the beginning was a Bond villain later on.
That guy freaked me out. The one that could sing in Italian and he scared Chunk.
Yes. That's the guy. I don't remember his name.
I was like,
I'm waiting for our researchers to do some.
tell me the truth. He didn't scare you. He sang Italian. He sang like, "Oh, me talk."
No, but I love that clip of him that he's singing, but you see him in the mirror and he's not singing.
Oh God.
It's actually
That's
in
funny.
the movie. If you watch, yeah, it cuts to where Chuck is like, ah! then if you look at the side view mirror, he's not actually singing. He's just sitting there with his like mouth closed or something. It's like it's just like one of those continuity error kind of things. Yeah.
I gotta go watch that later.
What is it
Just to
on
see
now?
the
Is it on
errors.
Peacock? Is it on? What is it on?
I don't know.
I have it on DVD.
Oh,
I have it on DVD also.
What's a DVD?
Wow.
I'm kidding.
What's a DVD?
You can't ask that. You're not that much younger than I
Get
am.
off my lawn.
Wait, how
I'm
old are
still
you?
having trouble turning
I'm
on my
30.
PlayStation off, freaking out. It's gonna
Okay.
blow up.
Damn
Oh,
kids
memory
and
has-
rock music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like the oldest one here that sucks.
I'm 41. I'm proud of
Yeah,
it.
but you have the best hair out of all of us too. So
Oh.
I'm
Rockin' the
20.
chrome.
you're just a
I'm growing a
baby.
beard too. This got a
God
beard.
damn it,
going
that's why I
by
don't
the
say
end of this winter.
Okay,
Just
but
the
I
stash.
turned 21 in like
Party.
11 days.
We all gotta fly out. We all gotta have a party together.
Yippee!
We'll have a
shit.
rager.
Special birthday
Oh my
episode.
gosh, you gotta send a plane out for a little nerd plane. We'll fly out and we'll just have.
Yeah, we need a
some-
private jet stat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Take
No,
it-
let's
It's gonna
definitely
pick
get
each
one.
of us up from the 3 different states we're in.
Yes.
I'll send
Yeah,
you
at
to
that
my
point,
little
if we have a
airport.
private jet, let's just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Don't you
We'll
know
just pick
that we're-
everybody
we're
up
like-
and leave.
We're
Yeah.
a very important podcast now. You know.
Mhm. Yeah.
Please
I do
sponsor
like
us.
how you have the 2 West Coasters on one side.
Yeah.
All right. In closing, I think we all agree. As I said before, it kind of didn't really like 5.
5 sausages at a time.
Ooh, yeesh. So
5 bobs at a time. There we go.
is there
All the bobs. All bobs.
if anybody wants to shout out their like social medias, I'll go first. You'll find us on Ghost Head Nerd Talk on Instagram for all updates and all episodes, and we'll be if all the updates. You'll see them.
I don't want to shout out my stuff. I'm kidding.
Okay, Rain.
If you want to follow me online anywhere, my name on literally every social media platform is Flashfiaa. That is FLASHFIAA, all one word. You can't miss me. I'm wearing a cowboy hat.
Oh, my turn. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram, which is all one word, RAINVANHECKE, Rain Vanek at Instagram.
She DJs all the time, so her Instagram is very pretty all the time. I suggest
Oh, it's always so
follow.
cool.
I do a lot.
My dad,
He's a bitch.
my dad is her biggest fan. He's like, man, I wish she lived closer to this, Randy.
Aw.
I'm like, Dad, I know. You're her biggest cheerleader. I gotta buy you a little cheerleader. Go Rain, go Rain. Shut up, Joe.
Yeah, I'm going to be at a club on Friday. I should be playing, and then doing some more club stuff tomorrow. So
That's so cool.
Hell
See,
yeah,
I-
brother.
I'll be in the
Well, I
front,
do-
like
I just do boots and cats. You know, it's just boots, cats, cats.
yeah. You keep asking Google, like ask Siri to rap for you. Boots and cats and boots and cats. Just on a repeat. You ever never done that before?
No.
No,
Ask her to rap for you. It's so if you're drunk, oh my god, it's the funniest thing in the world.
I just ask her to open the pod bay doors. She does respond to that.
Your turn. Wait.
I am one nerd of the Two Nerds in a Podcast. You can find me and Casey at Two Nerds in a Podcast on all social media. And if you want to follow me personally, you can find me on YouTube and Instagram at Jamie Throws Confetti.
Awesome. Ladies, I'm so happy. I'm so happy we did this and so awesome to have you back
That's great.
on one half of the Two Nerds in a Podcast. I am but Beetlejuice.
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 Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh my god, that was great.
amazing.
I'm right.
Top tier.
I'm not Beetlejuice, I'm Valerie.
And I'm Jamie.
And once again, as I always say, it's showtime, and us ghost heads have a lot to talk about.
Beetlejuice.